Rebounds. We got now.
Hey, Meta, remind me who's on my guest list.
Here's who's on your guest list. Tinashe.
Tinashe? It's about to go up.
James Blake.
Jay Easy from overseas.
The Free Nationals.
It's about to be a full-blown jam session. Yes, Lord!
Where can I find him? I like to win.
So do I.
Last day of battles and everything's going great.
This is a tough decision. I heard the spirit of your vindication was brought forth an ovation. Snoop-ism, huh?
The Voice. New tomorrow on NBC and Peacock.
On the right, J.J. McCarthy, the first-round pick, tore his meniscus in his right knee during the first preseason game. Rehab going well. He's been traveling with the team, obviously here for the home game on the sideline. Chris, he's likely to be the first quarterback taken in the first round and misses his entire rookie season because of injury. But what are you hearing about what the future is with him?
He's going to be their quarterback. I would be short of Sam Darnold taking them to the Super Bowl, maybe even winning the Super Bowl. The financial plan of the Vikings revolves around having a young rookie contract at quarterback, and they think they have a special player in J.J. McCarthy. Who knows what happens from here, but it's what it looks like right now.
Number 13, Colts got to get it done on this drive. There's the run to the left by Jones. Stock lost a yard. One timeout and the 2-minute warning. Steichen hopes he can get that stop here, get the ball back. Trying to limit the Vikings to a field goal attempt.
And then you go, how much confidence do I have in our passing game? You know the Colts are going to be all up there playing the run, daring you to throw the ball. If you're willing to try it, congratulations, you probably win the game. But there have been enough mistakes made in this passing game tonight. I'm going to say I doubt it.
2nd and 11. And they'll do a play action here, looking for the tight end. Touchdown! So they sneak a pass in instead of the run as they get close to the 2-minute warning. And Josh Oliver on the business end puts the Vikings up 10.
I think Kevin O'Connell just told us exactly what he thinks about his young quarterback and Sam Darnold. You're going to see Oliver come out. The back end, you saw all the coverage, everybody up to stop the run, thinking a little like I was. They're not going to throw the ball here. But that was basically the same kind of motion he threw the interception on in the first quarter. Give credit to Kevin O'Connell for having the guts to call it.
You see Riker doesn't even put his foot down after that extra point. The long snapper painting his hand as well to Paula. Here's the touchdown again.
Just like that, wasn't it? Rolling to his left.
Yeah, exactly.
Coming out, and it wasn't Hawkinson. They had their blocking tight end in, Josh Oliver. All those things just to convince the Colts defense that they were going to run the football. Huge play.
And on the night Hawkinson comes back, first game since being injured on Christmas Eve. It's the guy who started the first 7 games for him, Josh Oliver, is on the business end of the Sam Darnold pass. And credit Kevin O'Connell for going with that pass in a situation where the Colts were selling out for the run, closing in on the 2-minute warning. Sharp play call there. And the Vikings lead by 11. That's a career high. 3 touchdowns for Oliver, who started the first 7 games of this season when Hawkinson was out.
for Sam Darnold. He is much traveled. He has been around. He has been benched. He has been, if Anthony Richardson wants to talk to somebody, Sam Darnold probably would be a decent guy. It's like sometimes it just takes a little longer than others. And we have seen teams like the Green Bay Packers who believe in putting guys on the bench, let them learn, let them watch the veteran players do it. And right now, it looks like the Colts are on that same track.
His kick is too deep. They're going to keep it in. Tyler Goodson to a knee. The touchback. Yeah, it's a great point, Chris. It's an interesting collection of quarterbacks and their paths in the room here tonight, if you will. We saw J.J. McCarthy just starting adversity in the knee. To the opposite end of the spectrum of Joe Flacco, who has bounced around really and finding places, was Darnold's teammate with the Jets. And who would have thought when they were with the Jets a few years ago, they'd be starting against each other when the Colts play the Vikings on Sunday Night Football. It's a strange business.
I tell you, Brian Flores in this defense, they have not allowed the Colts offense in the end zone. 3 points is all they've allowed. Just one defensive touchdown by the Colts.
And 11, and Flacco goes down. Jonathan Bernard. The Rich-End ended from Houston with his 6th sack of the season. As we get the 2-minute warning. Sam Darnold is thrown for 3 touchdowns on the night, only 6 incompletions. He's got the Vikings in position for win 6 of the season.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. It's your job to stock the city. Restaurants and rooftops, bars and basements. Every corner store. And when it gets tough, you stay driven. Give it all you got, going nonstop, 20 stops. Because at the end of the day, every single round is on you. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Lowe's knows that holiday list can stretch further than your budget. With MyLowe's Rewards, you get member deals and earn points when you shop. So you can get more and give more too. Join MyLowe's Rewards for free today. Lowe's knows how to help you holiday.
At Verizon, every phone can be the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence. Wow, phones are going to be flying to Verizon.
Switch to Verizon and get the new iPhone 16 Pro and get a new iPad and Apple One all on us. Only on Verizon.
Are you serious?
Did you get them?
I didn't.
Wow, you never miss a drive. I mean, you could always try the line.
I got something better. I'm on my way.
Okay, Jose.
Did I lie?
Yeah, it's a better drop.
The all-new Hyundai Santa Fe.
Election day is almost here.
It's our time to vote.
We all know it's a big day for our country.
Bigger than any game day. So let's show up for each other.
And let's respect everyone.
And support those who are working hard on the election.
What's most important is that we stay united. We are one country,
one team.
So let's count on each other.
Because together, we're stronger.
Remember, it takes all of us.
Hello, Gabrielle.
I have taken 2 young women.
It's not a sir. It's a copycat.
You don't think this was Sir?
This isn't his MO. He took her. Who took her?
Now, new Thursday on NBC and Peacock.
Chevrolet postgame coming up. Melissa gets started again. The preview line extensions as well. I was trying to go with the skull chant for the Chevrolet postgame promo. Coming up as soon as we are done here. 2-minute warning. 1 timeout left for the Colts. Need to score twice. They're going. Flacco goes down. Back-to-back plays. Jahad Warren that time. I think he's going to get his last timeout here with 1:51. This Vikings defense having a night.
Yeah, good job by Ward, but really the protection wasn't bad. They just have so many people now back in coverage. They don't have to bring those pressure looks. And those guys are proving once again that they're darn good at everything they do.
Chris, when we talk about Sorry.
Just how many people were back guarding that play, and it has been mass confusion, honestly. And there are two rookies playing on the offensive line for the Colts. So you got a little bit of that. You got Flacco coming in for the first time, but those are all just excuses. The Vikings defense won this game.
And for a third sack, they'll just get it out to Trey Sermon. Long way to go. Stop at 27. 4th and long coming up. I was going to say that talk about where games decided. 3rd down in the red zone. We have to get to the red zone to be decisive. The Colts have not had a snap inside the 20 tonight.
Now they pressure, expect you to throw hot.
13, Flacco in the middle, downs, hangs on. Makes the catch for 41 with a minute 20 to go.
That's exactly why you blitz like that, because then you play that short throw, but you also have to protect giving up the deep ball there. A little too much space.
A rare 2-score game for the Colts in terms of the margin. Trying to change that here. Flacco will go down again. 3rd sack on the drive. 2nd for Bernard. He has 7. Celebration stops as they get lined up. Should be a too many men on the field penalty coming up here on the Vikings. Flacco threw it incomplete, but they did not get the 12th player off the field.
12 men on the field, defense. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Brian Flores is upset with that, but Chris, it's been a good game in that regard for Minnesota. Just their 2nd penalty of the night.
You just admire. I mean, just sitting upstairs like we are, you look at the defense and you go, well, I know what they're lining up in, but I have no idea what they're going to end up in. And there have been many confusing plays tonight for Joe Flacco. We've seen everything.
A 4-man rush here. Flacco's arm gets his and sends it downfield. Flag down with the interception. Cameron Bynum has it. Slides down at the 40. We're going to have pass interference on the Vikings. The question is, was the ball touched at all?
Pass interference. Defense number 2. The ball be placed at spot of the foul. Automatic 1st down.
And the spot of the foul is going to put him in field goal range, and they'll probably bring out Matt Gay right now to give themselves a chance with 33 seconds left. Mentioning the 1-score games, every game the Colts have played this year has been a 1-score game. First team in NFL history of each of the first 8 decided by 6 or fewer. This field goal would make it an 8-point game. And then we get an onside kick try. Spot of the foul is the 36. And they're lining up for the field goal from that point. The 54-yard attempt for Gay was missed from 53. Also made from 42. This one through. Keep the Colts alive with 28 seconds to go and no timeouts. So we alluded to the trip to Jacksonville for the Vikings. They're in a stretch of the first of 3 games against the AFC South. So 3 in a row on the road before coming back for 2 teams that have been good so far first half of the season. Arizona and Atlanta. Meantime, on the other side for the Colts, it's Buffalo. The Bills won today at the Jets. They'll host the Lions and then New England before the last of the bye weeks in Week 14.
Well, I tell you what, if Minnesota could pull off those 3 winnable games on the road in a row, it really would set the deck right for them in the late portion of the season.
There goes the onside kick. 2 of 26 are onside kicks, including a couple that were not successful today. Roberto Sanchez, the punter, will take the onside kick. Justin Jefferson, see the man in the spot on one side and T.J. Hawkinson on the other, depending which way Sanchez kicks it.
So the job of the guys up front is to protect the guys in the back. These guys have to go block, and these guys have to make the catch. So that's the way it's set up. We'll see.
Sanchez lines up. The coach going to kick it right. The timeout taken by Minnesota. Special teams coaches go to work. Matt Daniels for the Vikings sees what Brian Mason of the Colts showed out there and go from there to make the adjustment.
So what do you think of the new kickoff rule? Mr. Commissioner, what do you think? What are we doing?
Are you talking to Commissioner Goodell? Is he talking on the line?
What the commissioner? You make the call.
I'm the commissioner of my own house, let alone anything else. I don't know. Would you like to see like 4th and 18 or 4th and 20 instead of the outside kick?
I'd like to see 4th and whatever a fair number would be, 12 to 15, and give a chance to do a little make it, take it, but not make it this. Let's get rid of the onside kick and run a play. Get the quarterbacks, get Justin Jefferson, get the stars out there for these key moments.
The percentages have gone so far down now. Just 2 out of more than 2 dozen at this point. Let's see if Sanchez will go to the right as he's lining up, or we'll come back to the other side. Here we go. Sanchez got the bounce. Jefferson went up to get it. Even though he was contacted, he hangs on. And the star player on the field does close the deal for the Vikings with the recovery.
That was a perfect onside kick. I cannot believe that Jefferson was able to catch this one waist high, and nobody, the blockers in front, did their job to protect him. That was a great kick.
Alec Pierce trying to get in there to get it.
I used to be on that hands team, and I negotiated so hard to try to get off of it. Usually it just gets wiped out on that play.
Well, the one knee for Darnold, and that will do it. The Vikings will snap their 2-game slide, and Kevin O'Connell's team will move to 6-2. The Colts drop below 500 and 4-5. O'Connell and Steichen went against each other when they were college quarterbacks. Darnold and Flacco used to be teammates, as mentioned, with the Jets. Guys are very excited to see the opportunity that each other has now obtained in their new spots. And tonight it's Darnold over Flacco. It's the Vikings over the Colts, 21-13. And the Chevrolet postgame comes up right after these messages.
Last week, the Tonight Show had all the right moves. This week, there's Saoirse Ronan, Whoopi Goldberg, Carmelo Anthony, and Monday, Jimmy welcomes Kevin Kline. New Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon.
The Purple Hype is here.
And the Care 11 Vikings Extra is your one-stop shop.
Get the best highlights and go behind the helmet with our in-depth analysis.
Watch the Care 11 Vikings Extra, sponsored by Hy-Vee.
Get an 11% rebate at Menards. Transform your home with top appliance brands including KitchenAid, Maytag, Whirlpool, Amana, and Criterion. Save over $1,000 on this Whirlpool kitchen suite after sale price and 11% rebate. Pfister creates thoughtfully designed faucets and fixtures that will fit perfectly with your style, like this Arvada stainless steel kitchen faucet with spot defense finish to help keep it shining like new. $133.49 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
It's Ford SUV season in the Northland. Time for great offers across the entire lineup, including Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. Get ready for the coming season with weather-ready features that make life easier, like heated seating, a heated steering wheel, and remote start. Amazing offers on your favorite Ford SUVs. This is Ford SUV season. Get 1.9% financing for 66 months, plus up to $2,500 flex buy cash on a Ford Escape. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
What happens when you connect to Quantum Fiber?
you get internet that brings your digital world to life. Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed. Set yourself free with a price that fits your life.
Tonight after the game, we are live from US Bank Stadium with reaction from the Vikings versus Colts game. Plus, less than 2 days till voters head to the polls. What campaigns have planned in their final push?
Watch Jason Hackett on KARE 11 Sunrise.
Welcome to the Chevrolet postgame. Here now, Mike Tirico.
Minnesota Vikings score all 21 of their points in the second half to beat Indianapolis 21-13. Colts held to a season low 227 yards. Really stymied on the ground. 68 rushing for the Colts. Our players of the game tonight: Sam Darnold, 6 incompletions and 3 touchdown passes, 2 picks as well. Justin Jefferson, 137 of those 290 yards. And Byron Murphy on the back end had a pick and 4 tackles. And those 2 offensive stars standing by with Melissa.
All right, Mike, thanks. Sam, I'm going to start with you. 0 points in the first half. How did you turn it around in the second?
Yeah, man, that's not how you draw it up for sure. But, we battled through adversity, throughout this year. And, we do it in games as well, man. We got a really resilient group. Obviously, don't want to turn the ball over the way we did tonight. But, yeah, we just went out here. We were resilient, like I said, and we got it done.
We saw you come out in the third quarter limping a little bit with the athletic training staff around you. What was going on?
I'm good. I'm all good.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah. All right. You told us that Sam's relationship with his teammates is a little different than other quarterbacks. How does that relationship, he's laughing over here, so you can tell us what that means, and how it helps on the field?
Yeah, just his ability to connect with the players. His leadership goes a long way. And he has other guys on the squad that help him out. He always knows, those guys on that field, we're going to die about him. We're going to do everything it takes in order to keep him safe and to keep going. And, tonight we started off slow, but second quarter we turned it on.
Awesome. Congratulations. And the next throw is a touchdown for this one. Yep. Good job, guys. Thanks.
He did have a 22-yard completion, and Jefferson's 1 yard away from 4th on the all-time Vikings yardage list. Going to move up on his old teammate, Adam Thielen. Our group's getting ready. Jack Collinsworth and Tony Dungy. And Rodney, we're over here. Rodney. Rodney could find anything in the secondary. See, there you go. I knew you'd find something from the deep end there, Rodney. They're coming up on Peacock. Our picks of the week for you to stream include starting off scary with Teacup. We catch up on a terrific show, Yellowstone. So the guys are there. They'll have a guest and all your post-game commentary fix on the day of football. Sunday Night Football final streams now on Peacock. And for those of you staying along with us, Chris and I look ahead to next Sunday night in Houston with the Lions and Texans. We'll do that right after this.
The weekend. And weekend mud. And torque for days. And getting home. And your little brother. And why he drives you crazy.
Just park it over.
Nope.
I think I'm good there. Keep it close.
You hit my truck.
Really?
In one tight spot. And the strength. And the smarts.
I knew it.
And the Silverado family of trucks. And Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
I, Kamala J.D. Harris, do solemnly swear.
Kamala swore an oath, but Kamala created crisis after crisis. Our troops murdered, an open border, crime in our streets, innocents murdered by illegals, skyrocketing costs, Americans abandoned during disasters, and we're on the brink of World War III. A broken oath and a broken America. Kamala can't be trusted in the Oval Office. Vote for President Trump and save America. Make America great again. Him is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Amazon early holiday deals are here. Woo! Woo! With everything you need to kick off the season. Woo! Shop Amazon early holiday deals now. Woo!
Boughs of holly on.
Is your cat too cool for the holidays? Gift him Temptations Creamy Puree.
All right, Tina, 6 is hard to beat.
Okay, not soccer, but
Football.
yes. We honeymooned here.
Mallorca.
Yes. Pass.
Oh, we don't pass, Tina. Come on.
They help give you more.
A tax professional.
And they have a 97% satisfaction rating.
Salami.
You could have done it in a British accent.
That's helpful, Randy.
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
Hello to our great sports fans, and I hope you're having a fantastic time. We're 2 days away from the most important election in the history of our country. We've got to save our country, and it needs saving. It's in very bad shape. The worst economic numbers in generations were just announced 2 days ago. We're losing jobs. We're losing everything, including viability. We're going to end up in a depression based on what's been happening. We've never seen anything like it, at least for the last 40 years. We have to straighten out our country. We have to close our borders. We have to lower our taxes. We have to get rid of inflation, and we're going to do it. Just remember, Kamala and her friends broke it. I'll fix it. Most important election in the history of our country. Go and vote.
Welcome back to the Chevrolet postgame.
Faithful brothers and sisters, a new day has dawned. The Detroit Lions are now on the path to become the kings of the championship jungle. Now, non-believers will crown C.J. Stroud in the Texans, but the light will shine on the Lions Sunday night in Houston. Lions, Texans, Sunday night football. Hallelujah.
What do we do to follow that?
We just say, look at Jared Goff's numbers.
There you go.
Keegan was great. Wow. Good stuff. And so is Jared Goff. Jared Goff has been incredible in this stretch during this Detroit 6-game win streak. 28 touchdowns, 24 incompletions. It's been a remarkable run, man. Has the Lions with one loss, second best record in the NFL, and playing as well as anybody. And that's understanding Kansas City's undefeated out there.
You know, and Matthew Stafford goes in the trade to LA and they win the Super Bowl, and you go, okay, yeah, they won the trade. You know, it's kind of getting balanced out here at this point, right? I mean, Goff's been sensational. 7-1 start for the Lions. You live in the area.
I do live in Michigan, yes.
You live in the area. So, 7-1 start. When's the last time they started 7-1?
1950, not 7 when they won 56.
Oh, he's kidding. Andy, I can't believe we got it. You are truly,
Thank you.
You're amazing.
I watch TV. I think Maria may have said it in the studio tonight.
Oh, did she?
I just kind of pulled that one for you. So that'd be a great game. Houston has to bounce back after their loss to the Jets and get healthy up front and protect C.J. Stroud.
They have to be healthy. That's the only thing that's stopping them. Joe Mixon's been great trying to carry the load, but they've got to get back to that passing game. They really need there's at least one receiver to come back. Nico has to come back.
More trivia for him next Sunday night at this same time. For you tomorrow morning on Today, go inside the game. Minnesota Vikings, a closer look at their iconic celebrations with members of their defense. They had a few after turnovers tonight. You'll see what goes behind the scenes to make it all happen. Tomorrow morning on Today, right here on NBC. The Minnesota Vikings get the win 21-13 over Indianapolis as the Vikings head off to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. You head off to local news, except on the West Coast. Thanks to our great producer, Rob Howard, our director, the Hall of Famer, Drew Essenhoff, and our awesome Sunday night ball team. Terry McCauley, Melissa Stark, and Chris Collins, our game show host. Mike Tirico. Good night from Minnesota, where the Vikings win by 8.
NBC Sports thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League.
This is St. Denis.
Magnus, our hospital's namesake. He was famously beheaded. But if he would have come here, we would have fixed him right up. Not really. Obviously, once your head's off, that's pretty much game over.
Driving the Nissan Rogue with Google built in is like...
Hey, Google, turn on Rocky's Food.
The ultimate connection. Drive the award-winning Nissan Rogue today.
Now get a low $2.99 per month lease on Rogue.
Protect yourself. Get the updated COVID-19 vaccine and your flu shot at the same time at Hy-Vee. That's right, you can save time and get your COVID-19 and flu shot at the same time. Schedule your updated COVID-19 vaccine and flu shot online today. Or just stop by any Hy-Vee pharmacy whenever it's convenient for you. No appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. Your Hy-Vee pharmacy is here to help you and your family stay healthy.
It's easy to take freedom for granted, but it didn't just happen. Freedom was fought for, cried for, bled for. We understand no gesture of gratitude will ever be sufficient. Today and every day, we remember those who served steadfastly for duty, honor, and country, for sacrifice that will never be forgotten.
Far too long, the insurance companies have taken advantage of the good people. But their time is up! Tonight, we fight alongside each other to our victory. Upon our victory, we'll shave our heads, grow our beards, and put up billboards everywhere!
I kind of thought that part was optional.
Yeah, we'll figure that out tomorrow.
But tonight we run!
Driving the Nissan Rogue with Google built in is like...
Hey, Google, turn on Rocky's Food.
The ultimate connection. Drive the award-winning Nissan Rogue today.
Get 2.9% APR financing for 60 months on Rogue.
Thursday at 10 on Care 11.
Right now, the Vikings pulling off a win after a slow start against the Indianapolis Colts. We have reaction from the team and from fans.
Then, 2 days out from the election, the final polls, latest from swing states, and last pushes from the campaigns. And some ice rinks on the chopping block in Minneapolis, why the Parks Department is eyeing them for cuts.
Well, the drizzle today, but more rain this week. Quite a pattern change upon us for this next 7 days. We'll have details. The news starts now.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. The Vikings pulling off a win in prime time against the Indianapolis Colts, rallying back to win after trailing 7 points heading into halftime. We have team coverage tonight. We start with sports director Reggie Wilson, live from US Bank with the highlights. Hi, Reggie.
What's up, Jules? For a half of football, it was, not really much to see. And the most exciting part was actually Jamie Erdahl sounding off the Galler horn, and she was really hyped, by the way. But then the second half happened, and that's where we picked things up. After a scoreless first half, it takes the Vikings only one drive to get on the board. Sam Darnold hooks up with Jordan Addison on an absolute beauty of a one-handed catch for 6, ties the game at 7. Adding on the next drive, Vikings kill the crossers in the red zone. Darnold connects with Jalen Naylor for the touchdown. Vikings lead 14-7. Colts get 3, and then the Vikings put this one on ice late. Darnold to Josh Oliver for the score, and the Vikings hold on to win this one on Sunday night. And we got extended highlights and some game reaction coming your way. Plenty coming your way from this Vikings victory coming up on Vikings Extra.
All right, thanks, Reggie. A lot of energy, as you might imagine, at US Bank Stadium for tonight's game. Morgan Wolf checked in with the fans. The Vikings shining on this dreary day in Minneapolis. A big win on the big stage. Really reminding fans how sweet it is to see a matchup flex to Sunday night.
Skull! Wait, we got Skull, baby! Skull! Skull! My bro here, the Colts fan. So it's a great chance for us to get together and root on our teams. He's going to be okay. It's all right.
How do you feel? It's about time we get some respect.
Skull!
This is his first game.
Okay, who's your favorite player?
Justin Jefferson.
Why is that?
I don't know. I just love him. He always puts his numbers up. I'm a gambler, so he always puts his numbers up. Oh my
God! Definitely a lot of fun. Next week, the Vikings will be on the road as they face off against the Jaguars. I'm Morgan Wolf for KARE 11 News.
Great way to end the weekend. As Reggie mentioned, we'll have much more highlights and reaction on Vikings Extra coming up in about 15 minutes. Turning to weather now, a dreary day and early sunset. You could just see it almost looked foggy and misty outside in downtown Minneapolis tonight.
It did, Julie. Very much like November. What a big change from what we had last week. Of course, that early sunset, the drizzle throughout the day, and we anticipate more on the way. In fact, in the morning, we could have a few thunderstorms. It is currently 49. That was our high today. That's where we've been sitting throughout the day. We have a southeast wind at 11 right now. And so with the dew point very close to the temperature, mostly in southern Minnesota, we do have a dense fog advisory. We'll show you where that is in just a few moments. 51 Mankato, 48 in Brainerd, 48 as well in Wilmer. And as you can see, we do have rain and a few thunderstorms to our south. All of that is moving in this direction. So it is going to be a wet start to your Monday. We'll talk more about that in just a few minutes.
All right. Thank you, Val. Just 2 days until the presidential election, NBC's final nationwide poll putting the two candidates neck and neck. In 7 crucial battleground states, the poll has Kamala Harris with a lead in 4 states, including Wisconsin, and Donald Trump in a lead in 3. The candidates with a very busy couple days ahead and spending today targeting those swing states. Trump holding 3 rallies in 3 swing states today: Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia. The former president focusing his message on the economy and securing the border. In Pennsylvania, Trump said he, quote, shouldn't have left the White House after the 2020 election. Harris, meanwhile, focusing on Michigan today. This morning, she campaigned at a church in Detroit and had held a rally there in the evening. The vice president calling on voters to decide the direction the country heads in. At her rally, the vice president didn't mention Trump by name, but said America is ready for a fresh start. Well, the campaigns will try to keep the momentum going in battleground states tomorrow as the clock ticks down. Heidi Wigdahl breaks down what to watch tomorrow.
In the final push before Election Day, both Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump are focused on the 7 swing states.
Both of the campaigns, they're mobilizing their bases in very different ways.
David Schultz, political science professor at Hamline University, says for Harris, it's pushing get out the vote. For Trump,
perhaps through the campaign rallies that Trump is doing, but also going the litigation strategy in laying the groundwork potentially to challenge the results. If Harris can mobilize female voters, and especially younger female voters under the age of 30, she wins the election. Trump, on the other hand, needs to have his base and needs to make sure that those younger male voters, at the very least, don't go over and vote for Harris.
A new poll shows Harris leading Trump 47% to 44% in Iowa, a state Trump won in the 2016 and 2020 presidential elections.
This again is suggesting, if we look at the polling results there, that female voters are heavily mobilized and are heavily coming out to vote.
Meanwhile, polls suggest a tough fight in swing state Wisconsin.
This is consistent with what we saw both in 2016 and in 2020, where the margins of victory in Wisconsin were just a few 10,000s of votes or something. And all indications are we're going to see the exact same thing also in Wisconsin this week.
Schultz says prepare to be patient to find out the next president.
It's unlikely, unless there's a total surprise, that we're going to have a winner declared on Tuesday.
As part of a final push for votes on Monday, both vice presidential candidates will be back in Wisconsin. Before heading to battleground states, Tim and Gwen Walz are also planning a meet and greet with supporters in Minnesota on Monday morning. Back to you.
Well, in Minnesota, almost 1 million ballots have already been cast. Today, there were long lines in cities across Minnesota as polling locations opened on the last Sunday before Election Day. In Blaine, officials say they've already seen high turnout, and they're expecting things to be even busier tomorrow. Right now, we're about 18% of our total registered voters, and that's right now. And we haven't obviously done a tally for mailed-in ballots. We haven't done finish of today, and of course tomorrow, which is going to be our busiest. Blaine will have extra staff tomorrow to keep lines moving. Be sure to join KARE 11 Tuesday night for election night coverage here in Minnesota and across the country. We will be streaming starting at 5:30 on KARE 11 Plus with live reports, results, and expert analysis. Coming up on KARE 11, some winter fun on thin ice. Why Minneapolis is eyeing cutting some rinks next year. We'll be right back.
Don't wait to refresh your property. Call Osfig Tree Care today. Cooler months of the year are the best time for tree care. Protect your property and save money by calling Osfig Tree Care. There are limited slots available. Call today. From our family to yours.
I'm Joe T-Rapp, and I've never been afraid to take on the powerful political insiders. I prosecuted the Feeding Our Future fraudsters who stole COVID money from hungry children to fund their lavish lifestyles. In Congress, I'll root out corruption in both parties, stop politicians from becoming lobbyists, and the insider deals and pay raises. I'm Joe T-Rapp, and I approve this message because I'll fight to clean up Washington just like I fought to clean up Minnesota.
I've been in the media long enough to know a spin cycle when I see one. Democrats are running ads saying Republicans will ban abortions. Really? I know sometimes women have to make difficult decisions. But I also know Minnesotans want reasonable abortion laws. The truth is, the state Supreme Court has already ruled. Any abortion ban would immediately be declared unconstitutional, period. So when the Dems say there's going to be a ban, they're lying to you.
In Washington, too many politicians just talk. But Minnesota families need results. I'm Tom Emmer, and I've been on the front lines fighting to lower everyday costs, working to secure the border. And when it comes to standing with our men and women in blue, I've proudly passed bipartisan legislation that provides our law enforcement officers millions in mental health resources. I'm Tom Emmer, and I approve this message because we all have to be part of the solution.
Here in Minnesota, we vote.
We regularly lead the nation in voter turnout.
And in 2024, we're going to do it again. Because here, you can vote by mail. Early, in person.
Or in person on election day.
Just make sure your voice is heard.
Go to mnvotes.gov to find everything you need to know about voting in Minnesota.
KARE 11 Plus is where you can get the most out of election night. With live local coverage plus guest political analysis, the KARE 11 team has you covered all night as the results come in. Watch election night streaming on KARE 11 Plus.
Stream your favorite local news on KARE 11 Plus.
Well, Minnesota winters and outdoor rinks go hand in hand, but next winter you could be seeing fewer of them in Minneapolis. The Minneapolis Park and Rec Board is recommending closing 5 rinks because of budget shortfalls in Lindale, Farmstead, Powderhorn, Weber, Wyndham, and Matthews Parks. The board citing uncertain climate and rental costs. This past winter, the rinks were only open 8 days because we had that unseasonably warm winter. The Parks Department told us it spent almost $900,000 to get those rinks open. Well, State Forest is open again this weekend after crews got a fire that had been burning for about 2 weeks under control. The Cheengwatana State Forest opened on Friday. Officials say Thursday's snow and rain definitely helped the crews put that fire out. Some roads are still in pretty rough shape, and the DNR is working to make repairs. They are still trying to figure out how that fire started. Well, check this out. It's coming soon, everyone. 6 new Macy's Thanksgiving Day balloons going for the first ever test spins outdoors this weekend after being built and tested inside. This year's parade is the 98th annual, and it kicks off at 7:30 a.m. on Thanksgiving Day. We'll be right back. Belle has your forecast coming up.
Be safe and prepared with Belinda Jensen's KARE 11 Weather Impact Forecast.
I'm Angel Zimmerman. You've probably heard the lies Allison Page is spreading about my husband, Shannon. Here's the truth. Shannon is a compassionate and loving father, grandfather, and husband. Shannon has always supported abortion exceptions for rape, incest, and the life of the mother. Implying my husband, Shannon, would prevent women from receiving life-saving care is a shameful lie. We deserve better than Allison Page's dishonesty.
It's Ford SUV season in the Northland. Time for great offers across the entire lineup, including Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. Get ready for the coming season with weather-ready features that make life easier, like heated seating, a heated steering wheel, and remote start. Amazing offers on your favorite Ford SUVs. This is Ford SUV season. Get 2.9% financing for 72 months or up to $7,000 customer cash on a 2024 Ford Expedition. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Amy Klobuchar is one of the hardest working people. Amy is #1 in the Senate for bipartisan bills.
We want to make clear we've got the backs of the American people. We're going to put our differences aside and get some things done.
Amy Klobuchar has led the fight to lower drug prices. Funding for workforce training.
She gets the job done. She doesn't take no for an answer. Senator Klobuchar is fantastic for the state of Minnesota.
I'm Amy Klobuchar, and I approve this message. Amy Klobuchar is one of the few senators that gets things done.
When severe weather is on its way, we make it a KARE 11 Weather Impact Alert Day.
The Metro has a strong chance of some of these storms producing golf ball size hail with all the festivities going on this weekend.
Stay ahead of the storm on KARE 11 and on the go on the KARE 11 app.
Bella's going to be live on Saturday morning tracking this storm out, letting you know when you're in the clear.
This is a day where you really want to pay attention to the weather.
From our backyard to yours, be safe and prepared. Watch tonight at 10 for KARE 11 Weather Impact. Start every day with KARE 11 Sunrise.
Jason and Alicia here with you.
With the morning team you love.
I couldn't get through my morning without him.
Get breaking news affecting your community.
As much detail as possible. Keep giving it.
An accurate morning forecast impacting you.
Love the weather. It's just so impactful.
And he's a lot of fun.
And instant traffic updates.
She knows what she's talking about, too.
Well, I watch Sunrise daily.
Every day. Every day. All the way to 7 o'clock.
I can say I love KARE 11. I love it.
Every day starts with Sunrise on KARE 11. The man behind the name.
Everybody knows me, the basketball player, but they don't know this side of me.
Bringing hope to the community that calls him a hero. Thursday at 10 on KARE 11 and streaming on KARE 11 Plus.
Stop guessing and start sleeping with our exclusive Mattress Match system. We'll match you with the right mattress with a 365-night comfort guarantee on our top brands. All at Minnesota's guaranteed lowest prices. Find your best sleep and back.
Well, welcome back. Thanks for sticking around with us here this evening. Let's talk about our headlines for this upcoming week. It's going to be a true week of November as we move into it with actually some rain and some thunderstorms that we're anticipating. In fact, we'll have a thunderstorm tomorrow morning. It'll be probably as warm as it will be the entire week tomorrow. Then we do have rain that will be ending midday on Election Day, some light rain on Tuesday morning, and then some dry days ahead until the upcoming weekend, which at this point looks wet. So just having rain in the forecast more than just one day is, of course, abnormal. So it is a much wetter week across the region. Tonight, we have, of course, our temperature and dew point sitting about 1 to 2 degrees apart. So we do have some fog that's developing on many prone locations down to 1/3 of a mile, as you see there in Wilmer, 1/2 a mile in Jackson, along with Marshall, and just over 1/2 a mile in Rochester. So we expect that the thickest fog will be just to our south. There's a lot of warm air coming in, but we now have this dense fog advisory that is spread all the way to the North Shore, including the Twin Cities, until 6 a.m. in the morning. So if you're heading out early tomorrow morning, be aware those prone locations could have thick fog, and then many locations that you're not used to having fog could have it as well. We have light winds, and of course we have quite a bit of moisture in the air, along with those temperatures that are pretty mild. And 49 was our high, which is pretty typical. It's been so warm that 49 It felt chilly today, of course, along with the wind and that driving drizzle. The record was set back in 2020 at 75 degrees, and now there is your new sunset. Wow, 4:58. New sunrise, though, 6:55. Of course, an hour earlier, but there it is. That is a little bit of a stark reminder that we are in November. 49 right now with an east to southeast wind at 10. Quiet now when it comes to precipitation. The drizzle has ended, but all of this is on its way. In fact, most of the rain and activity that's going through Omaha will be here in the morning. So we expect maybe a few claps of thunder. Along with that, the showers coming through. So you watch the clock and you can kind of see what happens here. About 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, some showers coming through, maybe a clap or two of thunder. And then as the day wears on, we will have clouds
and off and on showers, but the bulk of it will be in the morning. And then there could be a little bit of more residual rain coming in on Tuesday morning before we clear out and dry out. So tomorrow, once again, clouds and fog with a morning thunderstorm, the winds shifting, but out of the south in the morning, northwest in the afternoon, dropping temperatures, then a shower on Tuesday morning, 48 in the afternoon, and then drying out, as you can see, midweek into the mid-50s until the weekend. At this point in time, we do have some showers in the forecast for next weekend. And we do anticipate that it is going to be pretty darn decent for the vote on Tuesday with a daytime high of around 48 degrees. Julie?
All right, good news. Thanks so much, Belle. Thanks for joining us. Stick around. The Vikings Extra is coming up next.
Get an 11% rebate at Menards. Transform your home with top appliance brands including KitchenAid, Maytag, Whirlpool, Amana, and Criterion. Save over $1,000 on this Whirlpool kitchen suite after sale price and 11% rebate. Pfister creates thoughtfully designed faucets and fixtures that will fit perfectly with your style, like this Armada stainless steel kitchen faucet with spot defense finish to help keep it shining like new. $133.49 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Stay connected during breaking news with the KARE 11 app. Don't have it yet? Download it today on the App Store or Google Play.
I'm Angie Craig, and I approve this message.
We are facing a fentanyl epidemic. I know because I lost my son to it. So it burns me up when a weak prosecutor like Joe Terra lets a convicted felon off easy, and he's back out on the streets dealing this poison. And then that same person gets arrested again for dealing fentanyl. Terab even let child abusers off easy with little or no jail time. Joe Terab has failed families like mine.
Minnesota Rusco's Black Friday sale is here. We've got 20% off every product we sell, or pay nothing for a full year. No down payment, no monthly payments, and no interest for 12 months. Call Minnesota Rusco today because this sale ends soon.
Kyle finds power in creativity. At 23, he formed his own brand for media, art, music, and philanthropy. He also made time to care for his mom in cancer recovery and his grandfather with dementia. Kyle had a UCare individual and family health plan, which was a good thing because an unforeseen seizure forced Kyle to take a breath.
From the top.
With help from his health plan, he made a full recovery so he could try out his new power of facing himself. UCare, people-powered health plans.
Every day starts with sunrise on KARE 11.
What up? Welcome to the bank for a live edition of Vikings Extra alongside Julia Daniels. I'm Reggie Wilson. Will Hall will be joining us momentarily. And you know what, Juju? It took a little bit, but we finally got some action in this one on Sunday night.
Yeah, I know Sunday night's a little different, but I'm probably going to be a little bit wired for this one for a while. Maybe have some trouble sleeping, but I think the guys in purple, the ones that were just playing behind us, they're probably going to sleep pretty well tonight.
Yeah, how about 21 points in the second half? We'll get to that, but I got to get to that boring first half, if you like that kind of thing. Not a whole lot of fireworks in the first half of this one. Vikings end a good-looking coach drive when Jonathan Taylor can't handle the handoff, and it's a fumble. Vikings recover, but they can't capitalize. Sam Darnold, what you doing? Throws into double coverage in the end zone, and he's picked off by Zaire Franklin to end a promising drive. Vikings not able to get much going on offense early. Darnold gets mauled and fumbles the ball. It's scooped up and taken 36 yards to the house by Kenny Moore. A flag on the play because Darnold looks like he got hit in the head, but it was picked up. Colts lead 7-0. Then this is something we haven't seen this year. Will Reichert misses the 53-yard field goal. And then after a Colts missed field goal, Vikings try to get some points on the board, and Reichert goes doink. First time this season, Vikings are held scoreless in a first half, and the Colts lead 7-0 at the break.
All right, I got lucky because I got the second half highlights. Sam Darnold needed a break, and he got one to start the second half. Not the best pass, but what an incredible effort by Jordan Addison at the back of the end zone. That ties things up at 7. Darnold starting to warm up a little here. He fires one downfield, 41 yards to Justin Jefferson, and they are knocking. A few plays later, Darnold finds Jalen Naylor. That's their first lead of the night. It's 14-7 Vikings. Don't worry, defense is going to get some love too. Harrison Phillips brings the heat, and Joe Flacco's on the ground. Not too long after that, Byron Murphy Jr. They say corners are just receivers who can't catch. Well, Murphy, he rebukes that. He's got a pick, and the Vikings have the ball. Almost right after that, though, Nick Cross decides he wants one of those INTs, too. And you know what? Darnold gives it to him. Colts ball once more. Colts kick. It's a 42-yarder for Matt Gay and a 4-point game, 14-10 Vikings. Fast forward 2 minutes left in the game. Darnold finds Josh Oliver for the 14-yard insurance. Vikings now lead 21-10. The final of this one, 21-13. The Vikings find the bounce back they've been so desperately looking for. Here's Will Hall postgame with Vikings tight end Josh Oliver.
All right, thank you very much, guys. Joined now by Vikings tight end Josh Oliver. Josh, you guys were down by 7 at halftime. What was the biggest key to coming back in the second half?
Yeah, I think it was just keep being us. Stick to it, keep pounding the rock, and just go out and do what we do. Be who we are.
You guys, you caught the fourth quarter touchdown pass to kind of seal the deal for this one. Walk us through that play.
Yeah, we had been running the rock a ton. Hit a play action late bit, and Sam gave me off and come ball and scored.
TJ Hawkinson made his season debut. What kind of impact does he bring to your offense?
It's awesome to have him back. TJ's a man. Just the perseverance he showed getting back. It's just awesome to have him back in the huddle. Awesome to have him on the field, tight ends. It's a good experience to have him back.
What did you learn about your team tonight?
Just perseverance. We persevered. We're down a half, came out and did what we wanted to do, and persevered through it.
Josh, thanks so much for your time. Congrats on the win.
Appreciate it. Thanks, brother.
Back to you.
All right, Will, thanks so much. You know, it wasn't the best ending for Sam Darnold last Thursday night, and apparently the refs just don't like calling hits to his head because it was like deja vu all over again tonight. And last week it led to a game-sealing safety. And as I showed you earlier, tonight's clubbing to the head led to 6. An up-and-down day for Darnold, and you saw 2 really bad picks from him tonight. He's a confident player, sometimes maybe too confident. Darnold sometimes misses the easy play trying to make the bigger play. But even with the interceptions, he made some great throws, like the 41-yard dime to Justin Jefferson. And then on their last drive, he settled in and threw some darts, like the touchdown to Josh Oliver. This offense will go as far as Darnold leads them, and he has balance, making the explosive plays with just taking the layups. He has to balance that. Like the saying goes, can't go broke taking a profit.
Well, as per usual, I'm going to talk about the defense because let's be honest, while they didn't look as good as they do during those first 5 games, they did look better tonight. Now, last week, they didn't record a single sack. Tonight, Jonathan Bernard and Jihad Ward made sure that didn't happen. 3 sacks combined to help close this one out late in the half. Also, how about those turnovers? The other Harry, Harrison Smith, got things started real nice with a fumble recovery. He continued to prove why he's still out there throughout the night. Also, like we just talked about, Byron Murphy Jr., he was upset with himself a few weeks ago because he kept missing opportunities for interceptions. He snagged another one tonight when he got the chance. Now, it wasn't their cleanest performance, but it was certainly better than the past couple games.
And it's funny, Julia, we were just talking, we saw Anthony Richardson go by us a little bit ago. And I don't know that the Colts look any differently if he's playing quarterback tonight.
No, I agree. I think not Joe Flacco's best performance.
No, not at all. But wait for the defense to bounce back, as you said, with some big plays tonight, really kind of keeping that offense at bay, not really keeping them really in the red zone much and forcing some takeaways when they needed to, which is something this defense has been doing all season.
Yeah, absolutely. They seem to be getting back to themselves.
Yeah, so we'll see. They got a good one next week against Jacksonville, and I say a good one because Jacksonville is terrible, so it's another good opportunity for them to make sure that they get another win on the road.
That's right.
All right, well, coming up after the break, we go around the North.
Of course, we got to talk about this Lions-Packers game.
Oh, man.
Highlights from that one after the break.
Watch the Care 11 Vikings Extra, sponsored by Hy-Vee.
Protect yourself. Get the updated COVID-19 vaccine and your flu shot at the same time at Hy-Vee. That's right, you can save time and get your COVID-19 and flu shot at the same time. Schedule your updated COVID-19 vaccine and flu shot online today. Or just stop by any Hy-Vee pharmacy whenever it's convenient for you. No appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. Your Hy-Vee pharmacy is here to help you and your family stay healthy.
In Washington, too many politicians just talk. But Minnesota families need results. I'm Tom Emmer, and I've been on the front lines fighting to lower everyday costs, working to secure the border. And when it comes to standing with our men and women in blue, I've proudly passed bipartisan legislation that provides our law enforcement officers millions in mental health resources. I'm Tom Emmer, and I approve this message because we all have to be part of the solution.
My name is Jill, and I'm a nurse, and I live in Coon Rapids, and I'm voting for Carrie Rayrauer for state representative. Carrie is a mom, former science teacher, and Coon Rapids council member. She'll fight for the right things, like great schools and protecting our freedom. Unlike Steve Pate, he wants to ban abortion and said that people who support reproductive freedom need to go die or leave the state. That's extreme. So join me, Jill, and vote for Carrie Rayrauer.
Welcome back to Vikings Extra. Vikings take on the Jacksonville Jags next week, and then 2 weeks they take on the Titans, who played the Patriots today, and it was a thriller. Patriots down 17-10 with 3 seconds left in the fourth when Drake May finds Ramondre Stevenson to tie the game and send it to OT. What an incredible play from the rookie May. Titans get a field goal to take the lead in OT, and then May shows his rookie status. Hit Yikes. Titans win 20-17.
All right, Bears on the road at Arizona late in the first half. The Cardinals' run game explodes. Amari and Mercado goes 53 yards late in the half to make it 20-9 Arizona. Another tough day for Caleb Williams. He gets sacked 6 times. 6 times. Bears lose this one 29-9, the final. What you got, Will?
All right, guys, let's head to Wisconsin. The Fighting Dan Campbell is playing in Green Bay this afternoon. Perfect football weather for this one. Lions handle the rain just fine this afternoon. Jared Goff throws for a score, while Jahmyr Gibbs adds one on the ground. The Lions defense picks off Jordan Love to pick up the road win, battling the elements 24-14, the final. Reg and Julia, I'll send it back over to you guys.
All right, thanks, Will. So you heard from Josh Oliver talk to Will after the game, but now we have Kevin O'Connell, head coach for the Vikings, talking about this win on Sunday night. That was Kevin O'Connell, but we couldn't get the audio there. So let's turn it to Bad Juju.
I hate to do this to a Bama alum, but Brian Branch, man, what are we doing? Things were not pretty in Green Bay today, but the Lions did get the win. Let's take a look at this. All right. It's the second quarter, and Bo Melton drops the pass. In comes Branch, dare I say, a wee bit late. Controversial call, at least according to the internet, after it's decided that Branch is to be ejected from the game for that hit. People saying he didn't need to be ejected. He clearly also thought it was a controversial call, too, because he gave Packers fans the double bird before he made the exit. Like I said, it's okay, the Lions still got the dub, as we just saw, but man, that was some emotion from Brian Branch today. Certainly makes for good television, though, I would say.
Yeah, so it was pretty controversial on X because there were a lot of people saying that he should not have gotten ejected.
Yeah, because it wasn't the crown of his helmet that hit Melton, but I don't know. It's a tough call to make there.
Yeah, bang play for sure. Will, you got a chance to talk to Josh Oliver, but what are some of your thoughts after seeing the Vikings win tonight?
Yeah, guys, a couple of my biggest takeaways from tonight's win over the Colts for the Vikings. Two things stand out to me. First is they were down 7-0 at halftime. They showcased resiliency, toughness, a little bit of grit and moxie in that second half and coming back and winning this one. The other thing that stood out to me tonight was Brian Flores' defense was phenomenal out there all game long. They caused turnovers. They held the Colts to a poor percentage on third down. Just played really well tonight. I was really impressed with that unit. And at the end of the day, it wasn't pretty, but a win is a win. They're now 6-2. A chance to grab a hold of some momentum here looking at these next couple of weeks as well, guys.
I think it's important that we see the Vikings bounce back from being behind at the half, especially not having scored anything. So I think it's important that we see them face some adversity like that and also get the win today.
Yeah, first time that we hadn't seen them score on like one of the first two drives. How weird was that?
Right. It was a little odd, especially after the momentum that Harrison Smith brought with that fumble recovery. But it was also nice to see how much they spread the ball out today, too. Something that I think Vikings fans can probably look forward to the next few weeks.
Yeah, good to see Justin Jefferson, big game. Didn't get into the end zone. I know he probably wish he did, but 7 catches, 137 yards. That was an incredible performance, including that dime that I mentioned, that 41-yard bomb from Sam Darnold.
Yeah. There were times where Sam looked shaky. I will give him that, but his numbers say he had a pretty good game today.
Yeah, good to see TJ Hockenson back as well. Good to see him get going. Maybe we'll see him get in the end zone next week. But speaking of next week, they play the Jacksonville Jags. The Jags, we saw Saquon Barkley literally back hurdle against one of their players today. That was kind of ridiculous. So we'll see if maybe Aaron Jones could do that against them next week. But we'll catch you next Sunday from Jacksonville, Duval.
Continue with us and watch free now on the Care 11 Plus app everywhere you stream.
Stay connected during breaking news with the Care 11 app. Don't have it yet? Download it today on the App Store and Google Play.
I'm Angie Craig, and I approve this message.
We are facing a fentanyl epidemic. I know because I lost my son to it. So it burns me up when a weak prosecutor like Joe Terra lets a convicted felon off easy, and he's back out on the streets dealing this poison. And then that same person gets arrested again for dealing fentanyl. Terra even let child abusers off easy with little or no jail time. Joe Terra has failed families like mine.
Kamala backed Biden on everything. She supported his disastrous economic agenda, higher taxes on the middle class. Kamala backed his open border policies, and their weakness invited wars. President Trump fights for you. His strength kept us safe. Trump cut taxes for families. Prices were lower, and the border secure. But Kamala wants to double down on failure. Kamala broke it. President Trump will fix it.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message. Start every day with Care 11 Sunrise. Jason and Alicia here with you. With a morning team you love.
I couldn't get through my morning without him.
Get breaking news affecting your community.
As much detail as possible, keep giving it.
An accurate morning forecast impacting you.
Love the weather. It's just so impactful.
And he's a lot of fun. And instant traffic updates.
She knows what she's talking about, too.
Well, I watch Sunrise daily.
Every day. All the way to 7 o'clock.
I can say I love Care 11. I love it.
Every day starts with Sunrise on Care 11.
Care 11 Plus is where you can get the most out of election night. With live local coverage plus guest political analysis, the Care 11 team has you covered all night as the results come in. Watch election night streaming on Care 11 Plus.
All right. On today's show, this fall tour takes guests on rail to the place where the woods and the water meet.
Sitting outside is nice, yes.
Ron Shera celebrates Minnesota's ringneck pheasants. How did they get here? And what part did they play as we all enjoy Folk on the Field?
Minnesota Bound, presented by Connecticut Water Treatment Systems.
Hey everybody, Laura, Millie, and I welcome you to today's fall episode.
You know, it's not uncommon to hear about fall color tours by train.
Yeah, there are a ton of them here in the Midwest.
And one of the most storied routes happens to wind around Minnesota's St. Louis River.
If you ever question the power of nature, just look to the lake called Superior. There, you will find another outdoor force. Red Engine, number 41.
It's 82 years old, so he creaks and groans a little bit, but it gets the job done.
The little engine that could.
Hi there. How are you?
Take people on a uniquely Minnesota tour.
Have you ridden the train before? No? Boy, this would be your first ride. Thank you. Big step. It's going to be a good day for a ride.
Duluth River Train has been operating as a tourist excursion railroad for the last 40 years, since 1980. All aboard! 41, the conductor 41, departing for Chicken. It's a very spectacular trip through the fall colors. The track is owned by the city of Duluth, and we use some segments of the Burlington Northern. We are very privileged to have these tracks out here in such a scenic place to do that. We go from West Duluth through several neighborhoods.
I love it. I think these seats are the coolest.
Some of the rail cars are over 100 years old. The coaches are from 1912. I think the safari car is about 96 years old.
Sitting outside is nice, yeah. The colors are actually beautiful right along the tracks too, which is really nice. The river's beautiful. Learning a lot.
The St. Louis River is also known as the Great River or Gitchigami-Zibi, and our route follows the ancient and modern trading routes.
We're close to the city, but people think we're almost out in the wilderness when we're here in this place. It's a good feeling to be able to give them a ride like this.
Pretty cool. You guys like to look out for water?
Yeah.
Do you like to look for animals? Yeah.
The fall leaf color tours are very popular, and it's beautiful to see the hillside and the river. And you can look across and see Superior, Wisconsin across the river. You see the eagles and the herons and the ducks and the geese.
Well, when the weather plays nice.
Like the fog. The fog is here, but it kind of adds a different dimension.
Well, we're a tourist attraction. We do have a large draw of people from the Duluth region, but we have another big draw from the cities. They see the trains going somewhere. It looks adventurous to them, I think. There's a little bit of romance with the rails here.
All powered by the passion of people. Like engineer Scott Post.
Engine 41 out. Everybody volunteers on the railroad, and I think it's just a great thing. It's a lot of fun taking people for a ride in something that's historical, and they can get a chance to see what train rides were about years ago.
A love of nature best expressed on rails.
I think a lot of it was that model train around the Christmas tree, or kids in that model train. They're just fascinated when they come over here to see these trains.
I don't think a lot of people know about this train. Kind of like a little gem here in West Duluth, and I think more people should know about it.
Minnesota Bound is brought to you by Connecticut Water Treatment Systems, Star Bank, Strike Master, and by Winnebago Industries. Be great outdoors.
Hey, Trina.
Hey, Laura. Big day today. Hair, dance recital. We need Connecticut water.
Totally get it.
Oh, you ready?
Wonderful. Thank you. You're the best. Best water, best lemonade. Book club. Can't have spots.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Travis, go get your own Connecticut water system.
I just need the phone number.
Connecticut, the world's most efficient water treatment system. The lakes are locked. It's time to unlock them. No matter your mode of transport, your quarry, it takes a hole. The right hole in the right spot at the right time.
Oh, man, look at that.
You need dependable, abundant power to match your motivation. The elements are hard enough. Don't fight it. Arm yourself with the cutting edge of the cutting edge. Arm yourself with Strike Master.
Ron Shera here. Just thinking about fishing, thinking about why Star Bank is our bank at Ron Shera Production. You see, Star Bank is family owned. Therefore, you are treated like family. Call Star Bank, a person answers. Walk into Star Bank, they know your name. Star Bank is growing. Now 11 locations in Minnesota. The latest is in Hancock and Stevens County. Yeah, Star Bank makes you feel good in many ways. Just like a fish on the end of my line. Oh yeah.
Member FDIC. The great outdoors. It's what nourishes the body and rejuvenates the soul. It's where memories are made and bonds are strengthened. At Winnebago Industries, we believe time together outdoors is priceless. Whether exploring in an RV or enjoying a day on the water, the best moments are those shared under the open sky. Winnebago Industries. Be great outdoors.
Up next, we take a deep dive on Minnesota's rich pheasant history. A colorful bird with a story to share. My dad, Ron Shera, has the story.
As the story goes, the first ringneck pheasants, 30 pair, to arrive in America were imported from China to Oregon in 1881, and again in 1882 and 1884. A fellow named Owen Denny and his wife Gertrude had the birds shipped from Shanghai. Not all the birds survived the ocean crossing, but those that did were released in Oregon's Willamette Valley. The rest is history. In 1905, Minnesota wildlife officials released 70 pheasants from Illinois and Wisconsin. All disappeared. Later, in 1916 or 1917, pheasants were raised in a game farm built at, of all places, Big Island on Lake Minnetonka, where today party boats anchor. 5 years later, birds from the game farm had been released in 78 counties. Who knew a pheasant boom had been planted? In 1924, Minnesota's first ever pheasant season was held, a 4-day hunt in 2 counties, Hennepin and Carver. By 1931, ringnecks had expanded such that hunters bagged an estimated 1 million birds in 41 counties over a 10-day hunt. There he is, Dakota. South Dakota was the first Midwest state having even greater bird stalking success. In 1908, near Redfield, 3 pairs of game farm pheasants were released into the wild. To the future of hunting. To the future. On there. Amazingly, those 6 birds exploded to an estimated 16 million pheasants by 1945, firmly established in South Dakota as the nation's pheasant capital. Meanwhile, Minnesota's pheasants have had a boom and bust history as intensive farming, wetland drainage, loss of grasslands severely reduced the bird's habitat. Today, state hunters bag roughly 350,000 ringnecks, a long way from the days of 1 million birds or more. Rooster! Still, it only takes flushing a few pheasants to keep the field of dreams alive for state hunters. For proof, consider the farm town of Madelia. While Minnesota has several walleye capitals, there is only one Minnesota pheasant capital. Yep, Madelia claimed the title in 2009. Why not?
Still ahead, a bumpy run for our pheasant population. The story of natural habitat next.
Closed captioning provided by Clamshell Beach Resort.
You know, in Minnesota, up north is a magical place. Cabin life, fishing, boating, relaxing, making family memories. Hi, I'm Ron Shera, here to tell you about a new, affordable way to enjoy the magic. I found it here at Clamshell Beach Resort, located on the Whitefish chain. Clamshell offers lake homes with deeded fractional ownership, which means you can own and enjoy the resort without the hassle of maintenance and worry. Go to cottagesonwhitefish.com to start creating your own family memories.
Life's busy. Off is not an option. You need to be on time, on the go, on the call, or just ready to play on. Life's waiting. Power on with Batteries Plus. Visit one of over 700 locations today.
Washington is corrupt. Senator Baldwin says she fights against Wall Street, and yet she lives with a Wall Street executive and gets all this money from Wall Street. She says she's standing up to Big Pharma and Big Tech, but look at the money she rakes in from Big Pharma, Big Tech, and their executives. Senator Baldwin doesn't work for you. She works for them. I'm Eric Huckey. I approve this message. I'm not taking their special interest money. I'll only work for you.
It's Ford SUV season in the Northland. Time for great offers across the entire lineup, including Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. Get ready for the coming season with weather-ready features that make life easier, like heated seating, a heated steering wheel, and remote start. Amazing offers on your favorite Ford SUVs. This is Ford SUV season. Now lease a new 2024 Ford Bronco Sport for just $309 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Save big money with these hot deals at Menards. All prices after 11% rebate. And AC cover, just $4.99. Lawn and leaf bags, only $1.99. Splash windshield washer fluid, it's just $2.29. Liquid hand soap, only 99 cents. Hurry, these hot deals won't last long. Sign up for Menards emails to get more big savings right to your inbox.
Save big money at Menards. I'm Angie Craig, and I approve this message.
We are facing a fentanyl epidemic. I know because I lost my son to it. So it burns me up when a weak prosecutor like Joe Terra lets a convicted felon off easy, and he's back out on the streets dealing this poison. And then that same person gets arrested again for dealing fentanyl. T-Rab even let child abusers off easy with little or no jail time. Joe T-Rab has failed families like mine.
Batteries Plus has the national scale for all your power needs and a dedicated expert for the local support you want. Power on with Batteries Plus Business.
Although the ringneck pheasant originally came to us from China, those birds made a pretty darn good home here in Minnesota. That's where Ron Shera picks up the story.
Minnesotans love their walleyes on opening day, true enough. However, there's another Minnesota opener, almost as popular, involving hunters clad in blaze orange and lugging shotguns.
Rooster!
All in